Welcome back to the Miss Bev's production. Um, Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back, MVP families and friends, visitors, all the subscribers. Welcome back. Good afternoon, everybody. Some people, it's nighttime where you are, but just hoping that you're doing okay. So, today, as I was coming home, I was talking with my partner teacher um, who joined us recently, and we had spoken about the situation that happened here in my home the other day, the trauma and just the whole scenario, and the question of insurance came up. The conversation about insurance came up as we sat outside and a little and talked and spoke, and I really just wanted to talk to us. So today's topic is about life insurance or insurance on a whole. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. And if you have subscribed, please don't leave me. Stay with me. There has to be something in this one-stop shop that will give you a feel-good moment that you can share it and stay with me. As I said, we're on the road to say then let's do 2,100. Maybe I'm asking for 2,500 and in reality, but let's take it a little bit at a time. Help me grow, guys. Help me grow. Share the videos. If you watch a video that struck a chord, that it a song I sang it, or a poem I said, or something, guys, share them and encourage people to watch and share also. That's how we're going to grow, Each one tells one, you watch it, just share, and when you press the share arrow, it gives you the option of your WhatsApp if you have WhatsApp, or it gives you the option of Facebook, or but just share them, guys, and just put a note there that they should continue to share it so that I can grow. So tonight, I say to us on the topic of insurance, when I saw the young lady on the floor there, when the fireman couldn't find a pulse, it was so weak that they had to go to the carotid, and even then it was weak. When they stood in front of me, I don't know what they were doing when she lost consciousness. And eventually, they push her in a sitting position because she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. She was just not here with us, and they pushed her up in a sitting position and had the hands on the back holding her. I didn't even think about anything at the moment. I was just trying to protect the children because she has the 3 children. But today and now that I was talking to my friend, and the question was, if something seriously had happened, what would have happened to the children? I wasn't even thinking insurance or anything like that. I know they have a father. I know that they have family members. But the question she was saying, did they have insurance? Did they have an insurance policy? Because you see, my people, we as Black people, we don't, I don't know if all of us, I won't make a general statement, but for the most part, we just live from day to day. We don't worry about tomorrow like the Bible says, or we just go. And then when calamities come, our children are left to hold the burden. But I'm just appealing to us out there, whether you have children or not, or, but you have family, Take out a little policy, guys. Get a little insurance policy. I years ago when I came to this country, and talks used to be, I went to my first college, junior college, um, at the Bronx Community College in New York, and people would talk about the Jewish community, right? How is it that their children, how is it that they are able to do so much? But if you look at the big picture, they do things so differently because they have big insurance policies. And when they pass on, their children are able to purchase homes or pay off student loans. As a matter of fact, most of their kids don't need student loans because those monies are put aside for that. Because they already have a plan that their children will go to college, their children will get higher education. So those things are put in place. So we better start thinking and learning and start doing these things because we never know. We never know. We come and some of us, we don't put aside something that we can buy a little home so that if it's even that, the children you pass on, the children can sell it and they can have a little start. Children who really mean business. They can buy a little truck to start a moving business. They can start a little restaurant and start building their wealth. We are too much into the big eating and the fancy clothes and changing curtains every week or every month and pretty bedspreads and all these little pretty stuff that doesn't last. A lot of us get caught up in the name brand shoes and bags and all of these garbage. And yet if something happens, our children are left with nothing. So tonight I just felt compelled that I should just remind us that we have to start thinking differently and understanding that a lot of people you see, they're white people or Indians or whatever, and you see them are able to build and do the things they do. A lot of them, it's from insurance money. I remember when my husband had his vehicle and I had my RAV4, my first new RAV4, and I put all the vehicles, I give them full coverage. And I remember when he came in one day and he says, somebody said, he don't need no full coverage on the vehicle kind all. His truck was a used truck. And I didn't pay to the man because I was the one paying the bills. And I didn't even understand it fully. But then one night he was coming in from work and he ran a red light and ran smack into somebody's vehicle, right off the guy's vehicle. And I smiled after everything, I smiled and I said, what if I'd listened to you and your friends talk and just put limited, just put liability on it? Because when they wrote off his truck and he got nearly $5,000 for his truck. And he was able to go and got a newer truck, right, from that amount of money. Now, if I had not stayed focused and says, regardless of how old it is, I'm putting full coverage, the full coverage stays on all of them. Then just imagine what would have happened when his truck got written off and there would have been no check coming in. So sometimes, in life, we hear people saying things and we shouldn't be quick to listen to them. Let us do the thought processes and think about it before we jump on it. But one of the things I'm begging us is that let us start thinking of how to build wealth for our generation. Poverty is too much. It's too much. Some of us work 2-3 jobs and still can't make ends meet. But find it, cut back on the fancy, the little glittering things, little shimmering things that has no value, and start putting those funds into an insurance for rainy day, just in case. That mother lying on my floor If she had passed on and left those 3 children, would there be some funds available to make sure that they would go to college? Because the girl who is that we teach, that I teach in the 6th grade, she has potential. She has potential. And so it would just be sad if if she would lose out because there is nothing there to help her continue on. So I'm just saying to us people that, life is what it is. It's a gamble. Life is just a gamble. And we don't know. We don't really know. But they have things out there like insurance. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. But if you're able to get 100,000, 200,000, put it aside. Pay for it. Pay for it. Pay for it. You pass on and leave your child even with a $50,000 starting. If you teach your children to cut them eye on the fancy shoes for how much money, when you get few wear out of it and it don't work nothing. Teach them how to invest instead of having them eyes on these cloth and shoes and name brand purse and all them foolishness. Teach them how to be satisfied. And so that if you should have an insurance policy and it's 4 of them, and you die and leave that policy in good standing, and each of them can get 50,000. And they're focused. They could take that 50,000 and make it into hundreds of thousands. Only if they stay focused. But if they believe in material things instead of building wealth, then it won't last them any time. So tonight I just wanted to remind us, guys, don't shun on insurance policies. Get one. Find a reputable company and get one. And you will start putting something away each month towards that. $150 every month towards an insurance policy for 200,000 is worth it. So don't cheat yourselves out of things that will benefit your generation and to help pull them out of the slum and the at the bottom. Don't shy away from it. Put it out there. But God forbid something happens to you, then they'll have something to go on. Encourage them to open policies too. Encourage them so that when things happen, there's something to protect, to cover. So for whatever it's worth, my people, tonight I just wanted to talk to us and to remind us that it is a necessary thing. It is a necessary thing. Get your insurance policies out. Get them out. Put something in them. It's an investment. And as we talk about insurance, I will also talk about having a will in our next video. So go get your insurance policies, guys. You have John Hancock, you have Prudential, you have all of them out there. UAA, so many out there. Go out there and shop around, guys. Shop around and find something that you can afford reasonably. Find something you can afford reasonably. And get it done. I'm still a little clogged up. Today was one of the highest with the pollen count. And then they cut the grass in my school, so it was a double-edged sword for me today. For the most part, my nose was so clogged up, but I am here, and I'm okay. And I have so much to give thanks for, regardless of how my nose. And somebody mentioned going to the doctor. There's nothing the doctor will be able to do because it's not like I'm sick. I'm not sick. It's just the fact that the things are hitting me and I'm inhaling them. And they're so little and tiny and they hit my eyes and the itching comes. So I'm not sick. I go to the doctor and they're going to give you, it's the same thing that you're doing here. And I don't want Flonase up in my nostrils. I don't really want stuff up in my nostrils. The only thing I'm going to do is the salt water to use it and flush my nostrils. And Terrian reach out and send it to me. Thank you, sir. You know what I said?
No.
What I said?
What you say?
The Callaloo Dupid. No. And the saltfish. Remember when we were at Rawson? You remember when we were at Rawson? I used to get that. Yeah. Lincoln, now look. Dumplings.
You don't boil dumplings?
Yeah. Thanks, bro. And so, yeah, she mentioned to use the salt water. I don't know what out there you could get him a curry goat. I don't know what they have. No cooking tonight. No cooking tonight. I just want Callaloo or something. My brother going to get it. But she says to use, and I do have I had a kettle one time, but I don't anymore. But I have a bottle with a thing on it that you put up and squeeze, and the water goes up and comes out the next nostril. So I'm going to try that, but I know that it's just what it is, and it's just what it is, and it won't last forever. I know usually it's done already by, like, the middle of May comes, I'm done. Once everything pops out and everything, blossoms up and blooms up. But this year it's longer, and it's just this year is a harsh year. And the news says it, and all of them are saying that this year is one of the worst when it comes to the pollen and the allergies. So I can talk, you can hear me. And the nose is stuffy, but I'm still getting air through my mouth. God is such a great God when He did it this way. So your nose get clogged up, your nose sitting there stifling. You can inhale and get air in your lungs. So thank God for that, So that's what it is, people, tonight. My students are making bracelets again, and I paid them $1 each for them. So they made me 2, they made me 4. So I paid them. I said, this is how you start building your wealth. Start building your wealth. Sell your bracelets. Don't just give them away. I love this and this one. They're soft colors. They're so nice. So I tell them, sell it. You sell it to your classmates, or just make your beads and just hand them away. Sell them for $1 bill so you can buy more beads. And so you start your little business just like that. You just start and you sell and you make your little money. She was so happy when I gave her the money. I said, oh, just selling them? She said, no, I'm giving them to my friends. You start right here, right now. You can make them and sell them. And put away your money. Don't run down to Mr. Chin's store and go buy pork fried rice and chicken wings. They were cracking up. I said, don't be quick to spend your money. The Jewish people, they wash their money in their communities 7 times before they put it out into people, into other places. They make sure they support their communities. They keep their monies there. We, as black people, from what I see in my community, as soon as they get a little money, boom, they go into the store to come buy this, even if they don't need it. Even if they don't need it, they run God to spend it. And I said, wow. So let's teach our children how to create their own wealth. Let us teach them, guys, just in case. Buy the insurance policies. Teach your children about insurance and why you should have it. Just like you have a car, you get insurance on it. Why did you do that? Right? You buy things and you put insurance on it because just in case. So the same way, guys, let's get the insurance them in. Go out there, get your insurance. Get an insurance policy. Put away a little something to pay for it each month. And so that you might not have a big bank account to leave your children, but if you have a policy, you're not going to be paying 100,000 into it. You probably pay 20,000, but if you die, your children will have that money to help them start building their wealth. So that's all I have to say. So if you can be good, be careful, my people. Walk good, do good. And thanks, I should let you guys know that, how could I forget, that the young lady did come on today, and she sent me a text and told me how much she appreciated what I did for her. And she was apologizing for the mess, kind of floor, the floor and the chair, the seat that she was in, the reclining section, all of that. It was all vomit, but what are you going to do? Life happens. And so she said she was so sorry. So I sent back and tell her, don't be sorry for anything. God just knows, she said, God really put you in the right place, that you were there for me. And so it's on my phone, and she WhatsApped me. And I said, that's how God works. I didn't know. My sister just called out of the Clay Blue, says, I'm going to be doing an overtime, but it's only an hour. So when I'm finished, I'm coming there 5 o'clock. And when she said that, I just see how easy it would be for her to just come at the same time, because I was telling her, come and wrap the dishes and the cup, the stuff, come and the canisters, all of those things, come and start wrapping them, and I have containers she could pack them in, get them the crock pots, the things that are the rotisserie, some rotisserie thing. Come on and start putting them in one space, so when they get a vehicle to come and pick them up, they're there. And that's how it happened, just like that. And she's saying, she lives up on the 3rd floor in her house, and can't imagine she was there by herself. Because even when she got sick, and I didn't even think, to send her home. I'm still having her come with me. Not even knowing that all this was going to happen. I'm still having her come with me, because in my head I'm saying, if she comes to me, it's closer to keep coming to me. No. Maybe it was closer to keep coming down to me than to send her back home. Because if I'd sent her back home, she'd have gotten sick on the way home and would have maybe passed out on the street side. And if she made it in the house, my God, up in the attic to come down, for her to get 911 and to get support. And if she lost consciousness in there, oh my God. God is good. God is really good. And sometimes we feel like we're better than people, and we don't form relationships with people of all types. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. We must form friendship, not but be cordial to people. Be cordial to them. Lift them up. Some people, I don't even know if they pray. And I will say to them, I don't want to offend you, but, God bless you. Or something happened at school and something good. And I say to them, oh my God, you're so good. You went and got the kids for me. Oh, you needed that support. And I would say to them, God bless you. And then I have to say, wait a minute, not everybody believes in God, But I said, I hope I didn't offend you, but it's who I am. So we have to just forge those friendships and know that we never know. Don't put people down, and don't ever look down at anyone. You lift them up, you help them if you can. And if situations like this happen on your floor, gets vomit all over it. It's okay. It's wood floor. And I look, today I walk in and I'm looking at the rug under the table, under the center table. And I'm looking like, when she fell on the floor, when she fall out on the floor, she didn't fall out and lay on the rug for comfort. She fall out and laid right next to my desk. And that is why the imagery just stays so much in my head, because I spend so much time at my desk. So I come in the living room and I look to the right and I'm heading to my desk, and all I remember is her just laying there, still, no movement, no nothing, just still. And all I'm seeing is when I'm hearing in my head when they says, oh, she lost consciousness. Oh, her pulse is very, very low. I can hardly get a pulse. And I'm like, is she gonna die? And then I'm remembering when they push her up. They went behind her, push her up, and just had their two hands on her back, holding her up like that. And you know, I'm still there looking. So as I walk in and I look to that side, those are the images that keeps coming. But they're not angry images. They were more fearful. I was afraid. And I was afraid at what was going on. Wasn't afraid to run away. I wanted to make sure she was okay. And then to make sure her children were okay. So I wasn't panicking and I wasn't, but the reality was she could have died right there. She could have died right there. And so we say, thank God for all things, because He knows best. He knows everything. And I know that wherever you are today, that He's granting a blessing to you right now. So Jet, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, you're going to be all right, Jet. You're going to be all right. You live a life, and I'm sure you have fond memories, and so everything will be all right. My sister and friend Ernestine over there in the UK, everything will be all right. Miss Ruby, my cousin and friend and sister, because we're all sisters, you know. Everything is going to be all right. It has to be all right. All of you going through your what's matters, because we all have our what's matters, right? Every one of us have it. There's no perfection. There's no perfect life. There's nothing perfect. No perfect teeth, no perfect hair. We all have our what's matters. But just know that God is there with you. He's here with us. And we must serve Him. Don't serve Him just to go to church and jump up and not so. Do good to the people around you. That's what He wants us to do. Do good to them. Feed them. Clothe them if they need to be clothed. Not fancy this and fancy that. Name brand this and name brand that. That's such a just vanity and vexation of the spirit. But feed them. Care for them. Tell them a positive word. Sing for them. Sing to them. Talk with them. Talk to them. And let them know. Onward and upward. They're important too. They're loved too. So people, go forth in peace. Go forth with strength. Do the good that you can. Do whatever you can. Don't pick and choose. Just do good. Because it's a good thing. Some will be ungrateful. Don't get me wrong. There are many who will be ungrateful. Many. You ever hear some people who big you up. And then as soon as there's a little disagreement or something, they start, it becomes hateful and bitter. So don't worry about it. You see, there's a thin line between love and hate. They love you today, and then tomorrow comes and something changes and you couldn't do something, and all of a sudden you're the worst thing God ever put breath in. But do you stop doing good? Nope. Just move on. Find other people to do good for. And there's always somebody who needs help. So thanks to all of you who understood and prayed for me and lift me up and just put back some wind under my wings. Thanks to all of you who reach out and added a word or two in the comment box. Thanks to all of you who are here with Miss Beth as she continues on the journey in this little one-stop shop. Thank you for spending time with me. I totally appreciate it. Thank you for watching the videos. I am not perfect. I don't have great content. I am not an eloquent speaker. I am just me, a teacher of the 6th grade math. Take care, my people. I love you all.